Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today on Outer Limitless blades with something that I'm just not good at, throwing axes. And before we start this entire video, I'm going to say, if you have never thrown knives, blades, axes, do this. Go to the description box below, get yourself some of these axes, you'll see the link, and then go and practice, because throwing blades, throwing axes, it's just good fun. And beyond anything else, it's kind of developing a skill that really does need a lot of practice, but it's enjoyable. It's easy. It's kind of one of those like low pressure things that you can do just to have some fun. And in today's video, well, as you take a look at this, some people are going to call this brand Wicing or Wicing or Vicing or Wicing. I'm just going to call these guys Viking Axes. Viking Axes. Now, in today's video, looking at a couple of their throwing axes. Now, this is a 2-axe set. Very simple, very straightforward, pretty basic construction, but nice balance in the capability of getting out and having some fun. So what we're going to do, you're going to see me practicing. I'll talk to you a little bit about my experience and the things that I'm kind of learning as I go through this. Then we'll come back to the studio. I'll go through these in detail. I'll give you my final thoughts. And so with that, let's get into the field use. Now, before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Viking Axe who did provide these for review. And again, if you like what you see here today, do me a favor, look in the description box below where you can find your own throwing axes or other great products from Viking Axe. Now back from the field use with these Viking axe throwing axes. Again, actually a really nice and simple set. Now, not a lot to it. As you take a look here, you can see 15.6 inches in overall length. exhibiting a 4-inch blade, and this is a 2-pound head. So you do get sort of a general feel for these fairly quickly, and it definitely has a certain balance and rotation due to the length of the handle, the weight of the head, and then the overall kind of geometry of your body and how you're going to throw. And you'll notice that as I went through this, I basically had to pick myself my overall distance away from the target. And that was something that just took a little bit of getting used to. But in terms of the construction, 1065 steel, which is a high carbon steel, and they're saying a high magnesium steel. And then the hickory handle, so a nice quality hickory handle. As you take a look at the grain, it is roughly about a 45-degree angle there. And you can see fairly straight down the actual handle. Has a bit of a coating on it, so just a real light polyurethane. And overall, these don't come crazy sharp, nor would you want them to be, certainly not from a throwing axe. And you can see after hucking these around, just really bombing these things, no real damage worth noting. Now, a couple of things, a couple little nicks here and there, but you got to imagine I am smashing these things together, and they are biffing off the ground and just hitting real hard. And the only thing worth noting on this one is the actual head does seem to be sliding down the shaft just a tiny bit. As you take a look up here, you can see that the actual head is sliding down just a little bit, but that's tapered, so there's no way it's going to continue to go down. In fact, if anything, it's probably just wedging itself tighter and tighter. And you do get a couple of extra metal wedges. As you take a look at that sort of circle wedge there, you do get a couple of extra, so if you had to rehandle these, you certainly could. And it's such a straightforward handle, should be pretty basic. Now, both of these with the exact same grain, exact same handle, exact same head, everything about them exactly the same, and you can see they have held up very well. In fact, there may be some minor chips there, but again, not a big deal, as this is a tool that you're literally going to throw. Generally speaking, in terms of the construction, pretty standard and fairly straightforward, and these definitely had a nice balance. Coming with a simple nylon mask. These are nice. Riveted here, you can see going around with a couple of snaps, that pass-through design, and then a simple loop on the back. What I would love to see is some sort of like a D-ring on here. So in essence, I could hang these on the wall. These are really going to have to get put in a drawer or something like that. Or I'd have to like drill a hole in the handle, which I might do, so that I can hang these up and get them stored away easily and effectively. But a 2-pair set here. Going back to the technique, you can see that I was really, more than anything, just kind of playing around. When I got started, I was, going out to 3 paces just to feel it out. I knew it wasn't going to work. Then 4 paces, I kind of was thinking that probably wasn't far enough back. But 5 paces, perfect. At 5 paces, I'm able to throw with a moderate strength, reasonable rotation, and get the one rotation of the axe all the way around to where the head on that cutting edge then wants to hit the surface. Now you'll notice in many cases it would hit and maybe not stick if it hit square. You kind of need to land these at a little bit of a point for them to be very effective. And in some cases where they did sort of hit straight on and didn't have deep penetration, a second one hitting that target would knock it off. Again, not a big deal. It all comes in time, comes with practice. I did do a series of throws further back where I was trying to get, double rotation and get these to stick. It was not going well, and I kind of just gave up on that and said single rotation at the 5 paces, or about 15 feet, was good enough for one day. So with that, awesome, good fun, very enjoyable. Not too much more that comes with these, real simple box, not a lot to it. And, obviously, as I mentioned, comes with the masks, a couple of the extra little wedges here, and then just the original protective rubber. Now, just to be clear, these do meet league specifications for both weight and length. So I am certainly not going to be an expert. In fact, I don't know the first thing about axe throwing leagues, but in theory, according to Viking, these do meet these specifications for league play. And then on top of that, highly engineered in terms of the balance point for the appropriate rotation and so that they fly well. I was okay. I did all right. And you could see in many cases, I mean, I would just hit straight on the handle or, have awkward rotation. But over time it comes. You definitely gain a little bit of feel for these. And I can say I did gain pretty good feel for these in a fairly short amount of time and with a reasonably short number of throws. Very nice, great products from Viking Axe. So again, guys, I highly encourage you, if you've never done anything like this, go pick up some throwing axes. Go to the description box below, pick up these Viking axes. Very simple, very nice, good tool, and something that's not going to break the bank for a whole heck of a lot of fun. So with that, thank you to Viking Axes who did provide these for review. And if you guys like this content, do me a favor, take a look at my Outer Limitless family of channels. You're here today on Outer Limitless Blades, which covers all the sharp and pointy things. Outer Limitless, which is my primary channel, hiking, camping, backpacking, and outdoor experiences. Outer Limitless 2, which is the tactical and firearm side. And Outer Limitless Lights, which covers headlamps, EDC lights, indoor, outdoor lighting, you name it. That's the Outer Limitless family of channels. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.